The cyber attacks is taken place in each and everything. It might be an senior citizen, or it might be a normal person, it might be an entrepreneur, or it might be an employee. Everyone, a day-to-day life, have been exposed to this kind of a cyber attacks, which will be definitely will help definitely will be harming us financially and personally. So let's have one particular glance on what actually the cyber attacks are all about. The first thing is that it is all about the identity theft. So basically, what happens is that nowadays you can see that your identity is very important. Wherever you go, your passport, your Aadhaar card, wherever it is an identity. And the cyber attacks is something where your identity will be theft. Theft in the sense they will take your personal data, your passwords or your details, your passport numbers, Aadhaar card, that will be utilized from other ways. So this is the first kind of a thing that cyber attack might be there for your identity theft. Second one is multi theft. This is related to the financial aspects and other components of your personal life. And second one is the legal consequences. So legal consequences might be your personal or it might be an organizational. And finally, departmental actions or termination as per the policies. So these are the basic attacks that might be caused to individual or an organization. Nowadays, each and every person are well equipped with their personal data. They prioritize their data very personally, and they want to secure their data very effectively. And similarly, the organization who are working under some standards of iOS, they want to procure their data properly and safeguard it so that there should not be any legal consequences or any other actions that might be taken if any cyber attacks or threats or any hackers just hack their data. So these attacks has to be taken care, and how we can do it, we'll have this one. Before that, we'll have a glance on what are the types of attacks you might be having. The first type of things is this thing. This is a very common thing nowadays. This is what you call it as a trustworthy or via emails or sensitive information, your UID or credit card numbers or logins, passwords. It is a kind of a social information engineering. Your UID steals the sensitive information of the user in a fraud manner, or it might be a linguistic person. So what is this is all? It is all about the law aspects. So for usually what happens is that many of us will be like entering to desktops or laptops or in the public places. What happens? We will log into our email IDs, you will log into our LinkedIn, you will log into our Facebooks or something like that. And later what happens is that we will leave from there. So this might be a big problem, that whatever the session or whatever the password we have entered over there will be easily will be available for the other people as well. So the first thing, the first kind of a cyber attack is that phishing. This is where they will enter into your personal or organizational access, and this person is not an authenticated person, rather he is an another person who will be taking care of your data, and this is called as a first type of cyber attack, that is called as a phishing. Second one is spoofing. So this is a kind of a computer virus attack where a person steals the details of important ligaments. So this is the law or things are these are things that are related to a person, user and another user. It is a kind of identity theft cyber crimes used for spoofing fool victims into the given and sensitive information. So spoofing is nothing but what this they will tell you, like you have a big lottery and all those things, and you got millions of amount, and you will get this one. Only you need to have your data and all those things. And these are the kind of spams which will be entering into your emails, or it will be entering your to SMS or your WhatsApp as well. So they want to try it out through some kind of a virus. Nowadays you can see that if you click on any kind of a APK attachment, directly what happens is that SBI or any other bank kind of a APS, automatically these viruses will attack on this one and start controlling our gadgets, like it might be tab or it might be mobile or it might be any desktop or laptop. So what happens here is that our sensitive information will be easily downloaded or controlled through downloading kind of a malware, which is also an threat which for our data, and this is a kind of a cyber attack which is of the second category. And third category is a very this is happens in a very like high level, the people who are like in business tycoons or any other people who are on the top level, like CEOs, or it might be any higher authorities who are safeguarding some very confidential data, and it will be their tabs or laptop will be so much important for them that the entire nation's data or anything or their complete organization or company, everything data will be there in that one. What exactly they will do is that in ransom or ransomware, they will directly attack to your laptop or tab or mobile where you have a sensitive data which are very important for your financial aspects or organizational aspects. What exactly they will do is that they will directly lock your gadgets. So this is a very severe kind of attack, and this will be done for only for money purpose or the what you call ransom that they want to like raise for you, and they want to take you from that one. So once the data is locked, neither you can do anything. So the advanced kind of a ransomware that are available in the market are the hackers. They will directly connect to your what you call the gadget, and they will lock your laptops. Once it is locked, you can't do anything. There is a message displayed until and unless you pay the money through some digital way, like it might be in Bitcoin or any other digital money. So this kind of a money will never be traced out. We'll never come to know that to whom it has been connected, what is the account number, who is the person who has taken this amount. It is never be traceable. So it's called as a digital money, or it might be kind of a Bitcoins, which will be used in the ransom. So basically, the cyber attack will be broadly classified into the phishing, spoofing, and ransomware. So you might be very aware of these things. These are happening to the person who are unaware of the cyber security, who don't know anything about cyber security, who will blindly will click on some unauthorized link, and he will directly will be affecting, or giving the OTP will be affecting a lot. These are the very broadly classified cyber attacks that are happening in our day-to-day life in all aspects. It might be social media, it might be an email to our mobiles, SMS, whatever the things, even our software and hardware gadgets are also been controlled by these kind of a cyber attacks. Now, what exactly the framework? So NIST is the National Institute of Security Trends. This is the cyber security framework that has maintained some kind of a standards. This will safeguard your what you call the assets. It might be in personal, financial, or organizational. So what are these? Let's have a glance. This has been taken out with the 5 different functionalities. The first functionality is the identity. So whatever the first thing, wherever you want to log in, or you are using any kind of a gadget, if you are logging or sharing through an cloud, any server, the first thing is an identity. The first identity is all about this is called as a comprehensive or assistance CFS audit. The second one is protect. The first one is identifying. Second one is protecting from and safeguarding from external elements. The third one is non-stop, that is detection, that is non-stop observation, like putting some antivirus. It will be taking care of this all the time. And third one is respond, and fourth one is recovery. These are the different types of functionality that a cyber security framework will be handling. And these 5 functions are to be handled continuously, because until and unless any kind of a split in this kind of a functionality, that will be affecting for what you call it as a cyber attack. So cyber security framework works very well under this 5 functionality to safeguard your data and other things. Now, coming to the facts, is it audible and listenable, please? Anyone?
Yeah, it's audible, sir.
Okay.
It's audible, sir. Continue.
Yeah. Now, this is very important thing. This time I'm revealing right now. This is about the facts and statistics. Now, till now we were only in the software companies, or it might be in a corporate levels. Only the software development and testing were handling the things and all those things. But now the scenario has completely changed. The corporate levels are demanding more and more security because of this cyber threat. The people are like working very smart to earn the money by doing some kind of what do you call as illegal activities. So this is very important, because many of the corporate level companies have dealing with the billions of dollars So it is very important for them to safeguard their assets in a proper way. So in near future, by 2025, due to lack of this kind of a talent or this kind of a education, there will be a loss for many of the significant data, and cybersecurity incident will be happening more and more because less awareness of this cyber attacks, cyber security component, and all those things. So now it is very important that the growth of cyber security has been increased so that to avoid the cyber attacks. So basically, I just want to focus on four different things. First one is the openings for cyber security jobs. Now, what is that? This is around more than a half million. That is 6,63,493 job openings are available right now. And soon, in very soon, it will be more than 1 million, 1.1 million of job for security works or workforce will be taken care only because the assets of the corporate levels have been increasing, drastically increasing day by day. So it is very important that their components, their assets, and their structure should be safeguarded. And this will be only happening with the enhancing their cyber security levels. So next one is around 3.4 million global storage of cyber security will be professional. So now we can imagine that whatever the component or whatever the data you are safeguarding into your physical component, that will be an big problem in near future if by chance any kind of a cyber security or cyber attack will happen. So it is very important that we need to safeguard it with some other kind of a global storage. Now it might be in a cloud storage or it might be any other different technology they are coming in with. They are coming with all the security frameworks, security essentials, and security layers so that any unauthorized cyber attack might not easily get into that. And almost 83% of corporate board recommend increase of IT security headcounts. So what is this? So whatever the project that is going on right now, the first thing is that not the testing, not the reliability of project, but they will take care of the security of their project and their assets. So now this has been already established into few of the business leaders in the critical sector, like it might be an insurance and asset management, it might be in energy utilities, or it might be in the public sector, or also banking capitals. These are the different type of business leaders or business asset which will be more affected with the cyber attack. So insurance, energy, public sectors, and banking sectors are very, 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 very focused on these cyber attacks to be avoided, and they are strengthening the framework of their cyber security. So this is the facts and the statistics which we might be seeing in next 1 year or 2 year, that cyber security will be the one of the major thing that will be established in the corporate level to safeguard the public sectors and banking sectors and another insurance and asset management. So this was I just briefed it very well because if we are going on taking the statistics of the different sector, it will be a huge data that will be taken up. I just graph it and make it very crisp concept so that only the main important points will be visible across all the globally related to the cyber security or cyber attack. I think this is one ideology that we can understand, that the increase of cyber attacks as well as the anti cyber attack, that is we have to take care by improving our cyber security. Now, the main part of this session is all about the best practices. So I just want to reveal all the points that is required for this best practices which has to be implemented in the organization. So basically what happens is that any organization which has been established might contain a big number of employees in various hierarchies, and the corporate levels, it might be government or aided, whatever it might be. There an organization is working for some public sectors. All the public data, employee data, and company data, including the financial, individual, and organizational data, have been it might be stored in one particular area, or it will be safeguarded by an hardware or software. The first and foremost thing, the best practices an organization can do is that it has to keep the software up to date. Nowadays, you can see that whatever the new things that are coming up in the nowadays, like it might be an operating system, or it might be any kind of a software. All these things are very well improved in such a way that it will be taken care, whatever the small changes that is happening, that will be easily updated to the main core content. So the first and basic practice that organization has to implement is none other than keeping their software up to date. It might be in a software, or it might be an operating system, whatever it might be. This has to be up to date so that you can safeguard the cyber attacks. The second one is avoiding opening suspicious emails. Nowadays we can see in our mail there are basic mails, important mails, some kind of a social mails, and other updates will be coming. These are the four different categories of emails coming. Apart from that, there is one more mail called as a spam. So this spam is usually an unwanted kind of a mail that will enter into the spam category. And if you directly click on suspicious or suspicious mails, it will definitely attack your software operating system, and it will take the control on your system. So the second basic practice an organization to implement is avoiding opening suspicious emails. That will be very, very essential part that organization has to maintain. The third one is keep hardware up to date. See, the problem is that nowadays hardware components are also changed. Now, in the near future, like there will be no hard disk HSD, there will be SSDs. Why we are doing this one is that the hardware components are getting more and more compact and more performable. More performance will be updated for the hardware. So the best practices is that usually your data to be very much secured and very much fast, then you need to keep in track that your hardware equipments and peripherals to be updated to the current trend or current technology. This is one more best practices that you can ensure that your organization can implement. Then use of a secure file sharing solution to encrypt the data. So usually what happens is the data sharing is very important. So whatever the data you are receiving, you have to see that whether came from the genuine source or not. Because what happens nowadays, whatever the data is there, it will be easily shared among the social media. It might be Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, or it might be any Instagram. So and sometimes suspicious data might be entering through file sharing, and we have to see that these file sharing solution to be to encrypt the data. What encrypt the data in the sense, we have to use the file sharing system or software in such a way that they should be genuine. Don't take any kind of a unlicensed file sharing system that will affect or that will steal your important personal or financial data. And one more thing is you antivirus and anti-malware. So nowadays, like these antivirus companies are in the boom because they will take care of the adwares, anti-malwares, antivirus, worms, whatever the different types of thing that will be attacking our gadget will be taken care. So you need to have a very licensed and a reputed kind of antivirus that will safeguard our system. Because if you are greedy about this things, and obviously that will be affecting you a lot. So always keep your antivirus used in latest. So whatever the periodicals you have a subscription, before the subscription you try to update your antivirus. If not, if one day it is not updated and other day you want to do it, one day can do a lot of changes into your data, and be very specific that your antivirus are always up to date. And third one is VPN. So VPN is nothing but what? A virtual private network. Nowadays, the people are very much interested to watch the visual aspect, like they might be using the social medias for Facebooks or Instagram, and a lot of data will be going out because all the content are quite HD. So they want some free connections of Wi-Fi and all those things. And what happens is that when you start using this one, obviously you are like giving an open invitation for these hackers to get into your gadget and check what all the contents are there, your UPI ID, your pins, or whatever it might be, you're saving. They will be recording everything. So the best practices an organization or any individual person who are related to a particular thing has to be very conscious about not using the other public networks. Always use your private network. Whatever the data that is connected, you have to use your data, especially when you are going from banking sector. you can see that if you connected with the Wi-Fi, it will give an information. Check that you have a Wi-Fi connection. Is it okay with that one? Why? Because the banking people, especially this capital and gains, they are very much specific that how the data is being accessed. So VPN is a very important thing. Use your private, very virtual private network, which will be very helpful for your organization as well as the people who are working in the organization. And checking the links before you click, unnecessary, don't click any kind of a links, because again it will take you to the what you call the site of the hackers who will be able to see this one. And don't be lazy to change your password. So 99% of people have many password nowadays for their email IDs, or it might be an LinkedIn, or it might be their UPI IDs. They will always put only one password. And by chance, if you share a password to any other person and you keep the password for all these different access a single password, then definitely you will be losing your assets. It might be financial or personal. So always the password should be changed with the periodical changes, like it might be for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it might be, you have to change. These are the very basic practices. Now the next level of practices is like disabling Bluetooth. So now people are very much accustomed with listening everything through Bluetooth for the music or whatever it might be, and even they're connecting their to mobile to the cars and other things. 99% most of them use the Bluetooth. So Bluetooth should be used when you are privately using this one. Publicly, if you open the Bluetooth, and there are chances that this Bluetooth will give an unauthorized access to the hacker. This is one more best practices they can implement. And another one is enabling two-factor authentication. So this is one of the leading technology that nowadays the organization are implementing. So what happens is that any authorization person is that it has to pass through with two different things. Like it might be in biometric section, or it might be any kind of a biometric related things. Even a password can be entered by any other person, unauthorized person. But when it comes to the biometric information, your eyes, your face, and your fingerprint will exactly work with a proper authentication. This is called as a enabling two-factor authentication, which will work on password and as well as biometric information that will be accessed to a person who is an authorized person for that particular asset or firm. And one more thing is that removing adwares from your machine. So usually what we can see is that our AIs are so fast that whatever you search in your regular what you call shopping portals, or it might be, they will see that what you are looking for, and these ads will definitely will be showing on your desktop, and again there will be a problem. There are few adware software that can remove these things. That's a paid version. So what happening is that the full of the commercial website are full of ads. They want to like a very commercial kind of a people, and they will be showing you a lot of ads, and these ads sometimes might be a problematic for few of the person, and this should be removed. And this is also one of the bad practices. And one more thing, it's a very basic and very important, is HTTPS. So hypertext transfer protocol, and this is what it's called as a secured one. So whenever we can see that the URLs what we are opening, these URLs should always be taken care in such a way that this should be an secured website. Until and unless if you are not able to see that one, a message will come. This is not suggested for your browsing. Kindly go for advanced setting. And when you go for advanced setting, then it will allow. This is one of the filter that will be used for the certification of the browser. So HTTPS is very good, and other HTTP are vulnerable for your data, your passwords and other things. So kindly double check the websites or the URL you're using are secured one, that is hypertext transfer protocol secured one. And don't store important information in non-secure places. Like what we people will do that nowadays, it's very common. You have like you have copied all your data into your pen drive, and you somewhere you copy it and you forget your data pen drive there in that desktop. And when you go to home and realize that, oh, I just left that my pen drive, and what the pen drive contains, all your data, all your resumes, all your important things will be stored into that one. And kindly see that one, this should not happen. And 99% whenever you're moving somewhere, try to save it in your drives, so that whenever you go to that place, you can take out to a secured password, because in the drives, in Google Drives and all those things, until and unless it is authorized, it will not be able to access the data. So try to see that your information are not should be secured, and it should not be placed in unsecured place. And scan for a storage device for virus. So 99%, whenever we have an antivirus, it will be scanning with on periodical timings. What we will do, we will cancel these things. So kindly don't cancel it. These things will be working in the background, so that will not affect you much. Or try to see that the organization should periodically do the scanning, and scanning should be scheduled in such a way that weekly, monthly, or every bi-weekly, your system or gadgets should be scanned through proper software or antivirus, which will safeguard from upcoming viruses. This is also one of the best practices. And further, we are moving to avoiding the public network. What I told is that using any kind of a Wi-Fi at the railway stations or in your hotel lodges or any public places are very much like vulnerable to your assets or your data. So try not to use these kind of public networks which are freely available. So it will be like for the sake of few money, you will be losing a lot of monies later. So kindly see that you avoid public networks, rather use private, virtual private networks only. That is called as a VPN. And next one is avoiding the secure enough mentality. So what you call it is don't imagine that whatever you are doing is highly secure and you can do it. Just check that HTTPS or something like that, just to safeguard your data. Mentally prepare that it is not secured. It is not secured enough that you can directly go for that one. So try to avoid unsecured URLs, websites, and other portals as well. And one more thing is invest in security upgrades. So 99%, all the organization will be like safeguarding their data, and few of the budget should also be given to the upgrading the security, so that there will not be any further issues in an organization related to data, financial or organizational data that will be hacked from an hacker. And backup important data periodically. So backup in the sense, what happens there are chances that if some kind of a hack will be done, a ransom, a ransomware, that will be a big problem for that one. If you have an external hard disk, or try to see that whatever the important data are there which have been capturing or collecting or allotting every time, these has to be backed up in such a way that these things should be able to see that if something goes wrong with your gadget, you should have an alternative data that will be safeguarded in your external hard disk, so that when suppose your hard disk is not working, you can utilize that data into some other gadget, and you can see that your data is secured in your way. So backupping the data is very important. And finally, the train employees. So organization which are of billions of dollars, millions of dollars, or it might be a small organization. So the important thing is that periodical trainings for employees should be taken care. It might be cyber security, it might be related to AI concept, or it might be any other concept. So every time the employees of that particular organization should have a training on the new trends, new technologies, and a new type of cyber attack that will be taking every day-to-day life. So training and employing, etiqueting them related to emails, utilization of website portals, all these things should be very much taken care. So these are the very basic practices that can be taken care by an organization. I just crisp it and I just make it very crisp. I don't want to drag it because of stipulated time. These are the very few kind of best practices an organization can take care of. And lastly, this is all about the do's and don'ts. The usually will be a multi-factor authentication for accounts. So make sure that a same password for multiple assets should not be given. So what you will do, you will give the same password to everything. Don't do that one. And password manager app to store the password. So whatever you are storing the data, whatever the password you are doing, kindly don't save it in any particular gadget, because that will be a problem later. It will be accessed by the others. Implement security awareness programs. That is very important. This is kind of a training So don't ensure that is you directly take up anything. And similarly, we have many other do's and don'ts of this particular session. And this session has to be taken care by organization, individuals, everywhere. All these are nothing but what do's and don'ts related to the cyber attacks you need to implement all the days. Okay, I think these are the very basic things I covered it. And if you have any question related to the framework or statistics, or it might be do's and don'ts, anything, you can just ask me.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you just spoke about password manager app. You just spoke about.
Yes.
Just let you brief. What is password manager app, sir, please?
Yes. This is very important. What is this one is that usually when you log into any particular like website, or you are like in a college or in your organization,
Yes.
what you will do is that you will just log in there. And once you log in, you can see that in the history, and there is one particular settings in that browser that will save your passwords, that will save your usernames. When you logged out, if you don't log out, that whenever the person like type gmail.com, automatically it will go to your inbox. So what I'm telling is that exactly in your kind of a settings are there where you need to set your password that will never save your passwords into the browsers, because those gadgets might be used by multiple people. So this action to be taken, that your password should be never be saved. And some of the apps are there. What they will do is that whenever you can see any passwords have been saved into the desktop or laptop, this app will directly remove that. It will clear the cache, and it will see that there is no password or your login will left out there.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more thing. Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir, if we save the password in our own personal laptop or personal tab, is it safe?
So until and unless you are carrying by yourself and none of them are shared with that one, it is safe. But what happens is
Okay.
that for our conveniency, what we will do, for our
Huh.
conveniency, we don't want to put password all the time to LinkedIn. We don't want to
Yes.
put
Yeah.
the password for Facebook. Just click it and it should open.
Yes.
So what is this? This is
Yes, sir.
complete
Yes.
ignorance. What we are becoming is we are becoming very lazy nowadays. And
Mm,
what we are doing is
yes.
that it is personal data. I'm keeping with this with me only. None of them are seeing this one. I have a kind of a pattern lock. None of them can see it is secured. But one thing I'm telling you is that on the other day, there is one small gadget I saw. If you put into that charging point, right, that gadget, it will directly unlock your pattern within seconds.
Okay.
And one more thing is that what the people will do, they will put the pattern for both mobile as well as application. Various applications are app they are using. Everywhere the same pattern will be there. Try to see that one. There should be another pattern as well. So someone has seen your pattern. Next, when you're entering to the app, like it might be in your LinkedIn or Facebook or Gmail. Again, there should be one more pattern for that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Questions from other participants?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Yeah, this is actually general question, sir.
Yeah.
As many cybersecurity softwares that are available freely, sir,
Yes.
the open source, it is safe to use or what, sir?
So it's just you can imagine one thing that the people are very much interested in getting free software. Like you can
Yeah,
even you have a laptop in your house or desktop in your house. There are two
yeah,
types of antivirus will come. One is free and one is paid
of
version.
course. Yeah,
When
of
you
course, sir.
use any kind of a free service, there is
Okay.
no reliability, there is no guarantee, there is no
Yeah, yeah.
update, and there is no maintenance.
Okay,
So
sir.
what
Okay,
happens
sir.
is that if you use that one, that will not be having the latest patches. It will not give you latest patches. If you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
use a paid version, that will give new patches. That will
Oh,
safeguard the new components, and that will be securing you from other cyber attacks as well.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
From other participants? Ma'am, present I do. Question from other participants.
இன்னும் கேமரா உட்காவே இல்லை வருதா? Hello, sir. I'm
Yeah, madam.
Saranya from Leilani Publication, Project
Yes.
Manager. My
Yeah.
question is, how do companies protect their data, networks, and resource from potential attacks, sir?
Okay. They see what happens is that these companies will definitely hire some kind of a. There are some organization they are giving kind of a what you call support, or they will be giving you kind of a support with a paid version. The bigger organization which have a bigger capitals will be like taking the license, or they will be subscribing to those kind of a companies who will take care of their assets. So most of the capitals or bank sectors have their own kind of a secure data. They will utilize them, subscribe them, and they pay lots of money for safeguarding the data.
Thank you, sir.
Question from other participants. Please raise your hand. Yes, madam. Lavanya, madam, you can ask your question. Lavanya, mic on.
Good morning, sir. I'm
Good morning,
Lavanya.
ma'am.
Could you please clarify spoofing cybercrime?
Yes, spoofing. As I told you, this is a very basic things. Like spoofing is common to all these days. Now, spoofing is nothing but what? Usually, you have your own track. Like you will be receiving emails, SMS, and other things. What happens is that to disturb that particular thing, like if they see you, they can check that you have some good bank account, or you have some financial aspects are good at your end. They what they will do is that they will just leave a kind of a layer or kind of a link or something like that. Once you click into that, they will start interrogating into your particular gadget. What happens is that like email, you are getting a lot of emails nowadays, like they are asking for OTPs, or they will be asking that they are from the bank manager, or it might be credit card kind of a thing, or it might be your life insurance. So what these people are doing is that they are targeting, spoofing the people who are unaware of these cyber security or cyber crimes. So spoofing is nothing but what? Unauthorized accessing to your gadgets, so that your OTPs, your calls, your mails can be diverted to their own things. So once it is done, any kind of a OTP like financial OTP, then easily spoofing can be done. They can get the OTP and they can withdraw your money very easily. This is called as a spoofing or unauthorized entry to your mail IDs or SMS or whatever it might be, which are very specific to your mobiles or your email IDs.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, இன்னொரு question. Question from any other participants? Ravi sir, there is have a more information about cyber attacks and recent days public everyone is facing the same thing. You have been given a more informative session in today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Satish sir. Like, I just want to mention that I know Satish sir from many days. Like, we are collaborating with many of the papers from last 5 6 years. So any time there is any kind of a nearby programs of functions, events are happening, Satish sir is the right person to give you the information about publication. And this is very helpful for the people, academic people who are doing research works and other kind of a publication. So I think the Satish sir is doing a wonderful, marvelous job for this researcher societies or academician who want their API points. They want to publish their papers. So I just had a very good connection, very good rapport with this sir and their subordinate. from that day onwards, we have been collaborating a lot of work with Satish sir. And today, I think he has given me an opportunity for this particular session of this first international workshop. I just prepared for a lot of 60 to 70 slides. Then I just saw the scheduled session. It is a 40 minutes. Like I thought that if I go for a larger amount, it will not be so. In any other near future, any kind of a workshop of a whole day or a half day is given for that one. So it many more things can be like taken up, and we can demonstrate how exactly the scenarios will happen through kind of a video visualization, and we can directly relate which kind of a software is helpful for which kind of a cyber attack. All these things have a lot of data that we can't reveal in very stipulated time period. I hope that in near future we'll have some other session. We'll have a discussion on this one. So thank you for LPK Publication, Press and Publication, who are giving me such a great opportunity. And I also thank to all my friends and others who have supported me. So this is very important. Whenever your colleagues or friend will doing some very good, you are getting into some national or international speakers. So it is very important that their friends, their colleagues should support. So what happens is that today I am one of part of this particular session. Today you might be one among them, right?
Thank you.
So it is very important that sir is giving opportunities to all the people. I think that's the reason in registration there is one particular thing for uploading your resume. So when they get the resume of your data, their database will be enhanced, and more and more people will get an opportunity to they can go for this kind of a sessions as well. So thank you for giving me an opportunity, sir, and I also thank all the participants who has registered and supported me for this session. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ravi sir. We are going for a vote of thanks from my team. Mr. Ilayaraja, continue your vote of thanks. Mike, 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 Mike.
Good morning everyone. On behalf of Leilani Publication and Press, I am Ilay Raja. I would like to extend our Godfeld to Dr. Ravi Sir, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Government First Grade College, Raichur, Karnataka, India, for conducting today's enlightening workshop on defending against cyber attacks. Your expertise and through insights have provided us with invaluable knowledge and practical strategies to safeguard our digital assets. We truly appreciate the time and effort you invested in sharing your extensive knowledge with us. Thank you once again, Dr. Ravi sir, for your dedication and for empowering us the better protection on organization from potential cyber risks. We forward to applying the lessons learned and continuing for strengthen our cyber security practices. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
End of the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Shanti ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gururaj sir. Thank you, Bala sir. Thank you, everyone.